Welcome to Next Week Podcast, episode 34.
My name's Mary.
And my name's Aidan.
And
we're
welcome
your hosts.
to Next Week News Podcast, episode 34.
As always,
My name's Mary.
As always, we will be on here for an hour, but we'll also be on Patreon for an extra half hour.
Wow.
And we're also on Discord. If you're listening to this, if you hear this message, join our Discord. The link is at nextweeknews.com, as well as the links to our YouTube videos that come out on Wednesdays at 3 p.m. Central, U.S. time. The daily videos that come out on Instagram and TikTok at Next Week News. And yeah, all that's at nextweeknews.com.
We should learn how to verbally hypnotize. So you can like hypnotize them into joining the Discord and stuff.
That could get dangerous. I think I'd have to change the category from comedy fiction to mind control.
Do they have that as a category?
I don't know. I haven't scrolled that far. I just got to see and saw what I was looking for.
No, yeah. I mean, if you just close it, maybe they won't notice.
All right. Well, we do have our Patreon theme for this week ready to go.
Sports.
It's going to be, sports is the overall topic, but mainly the experience of doing recreational sports as an adult. And then, as an aside, we're giving Mary space to air out her complaints about fantasy football.
Yeah, I
That's
need
gonna
that
be
space.
Fun. We'll see if that takes the whole episode. We might just have to give her the floor. But we'll do that after this. So we do have some tweets that Mary sent this week. Do you want to read them?
Sure. And this one's actually related to football.
This is kind of the impetus of us putting fantasy football on the Patreon theme.
So this one, the tweet was from the Fantasy Sauce, and it was doing whatever it takes to save this fantasy season. And it was an image of Rashee Rice's like profile in a bag of rice because Rashee Rice is injured, and so they're you put it in a bag of rice to fix him, like you fix a phone. You get it.
You get it?
It's funny.
You get it? You get it?
I don't have him on my team, but I got plenty of players who I need to put in some rice. It's funnier too because his last name's Rice.
You got some guys that could be put in there. You got your first two picks were Pacheco and
Puka.
Nakua.
Yeah.
That's tough.
And then Ingram and another guy.
Most of the bench.
But I don't want to spoil the Patreon.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves yet.
Yeah. The next one, at Diabolical Spuds. A nutritionally complete chocolate milkshake-like substance should be piped into every home at the municipal level. You could still cook or go out for fun, but if you were feeling lazy or you were impoverished, you could simply consume the city meal directly from the tap.
This one was a big one.
Yeah.
I think a couple of people sent this one to me because it's very Next Week News-like.
Yeah, honestly.
But I love this idea.
Yeah, it's kind of a great idea.
It was one of those tweets that like reached the wrong audience in a very funny way. Like everyone in the replies is like, "What do you mean? Why we can't? That would be disgusting. We can't do that."
Well, yeah, it would be gross, but
thanks for your input there. Thanks for your very smart insight.
I mean, we do the same thing with water. They managed to keep that clean.
Yeah.
So,
what is the difference between water and like sugary, proteiny goop? Nothing really, right?
It's a liquid.
It should work about the same.
You got your water tap, and then you got your chocolate milkshake like substance. You got your city meal tap.
I think if you pull the lever that does the chocolate milkshake like substance, you should hear like a very distant whirring from like deep within the underbelly of your home.
The blender turned on.
Yeah. The mixer has started up, and within like 3 seconds or so, you'll start to see the goop coming out.
Yeah. I mean, it's basically just having like a giant keg, like hooked up to every home and every place.
I really like this. I would use it quite often.
Honestly, yeah.
A lot of people were saying that it was like just like reinventing Huel. It's like, no, you have to go buy that.
What did you say?
Huel.
What is that?
Have you ever heard of that?
No.
It's like it's one of those like health company things where they sell you a powder that's like, you could eat this and it's like as nutritionally complete as a meal. And it's just like, well, I've never had it, so I can't really speak to what it's like, but in my head, it's kind of just this like chalky type substance that doesn't really have a whole lot of taste. It might, they probably put taste in it, but at its pure essence, I think it's just kind of like a just vitamins and nutrients, maybe. I don't know too much about it.
This doesn't. Oh, I guess it does say it's nutritionally complete. Yeah. I mean, he's basically just saying that food is a basic right and that everyone should have access to food, to nutritionally complete food.
I think it should be through a big lever in your home, though.
Yes, of course.
That's the best way to do it. The city meal. This has such potential, but you also figured that, like, you know, whatever the local government's going to put out is probably going to be pretty subpar, and it would cause a lot of issues.
Yeah, it would be an easy way for them to poison us if they wanted.
Yeah.
Which
But
sometimes
that's okay.
they do. Or they'd add, like, fluoride.
That's a whole ordeal, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't really know. I know that that's kind of like a conspiracy type thing, so
Yeah, people are like, there's fluoride
won't
in the
dive
water.
too deep into it.
Let's get into that.
All right, let's really break that one down. Did we have anything else to mention in our intro thing here? I feel like we usually end up going to something else.
This is my drink for today. I got free Dunkin'. Dunkin' sponsor us. They're not a sponsor. They could be.
You got to put your hand in front of the logo.
Oh, yeah.
You got an extra pump in there.
Extra
So
pump of caramel.
take notes on if Mary's acting any different with that extra pump.
Yeah. And I'm not coughing this week. If you listen to last week, I had a cough. But this week, I'm just shaking my ice. So, still causing a disturbance.
When it gets really towards the end, just like swirling it around a whole bunch.
You got to do that.
I
got an extra pump in there. It's got to be mixed in.
I always catch myself doing that, and I'm like, I am obnoxious right now. Even when it's like just me, it's like, this is so loud. It's like I got a blender going.
Yeah. You had a shout out?
We did have a shout out. So before we get to the submissions, there was one that probably we don't need to break down all that much, but it was from James Parker 2007, who said, I should be on the podcast because I have horrible ideas. And I like that.
Hey, does that mean we have horrible ideas?
No, it means that when we post things like the clips, sometimes people are like, this is a terrible take. Why would you say that? It's like, yeah.
Yeah, we do give a lot of terrible takes, I guess. Or questionable.
No, we stand by them.
Yeah.
But we can see where you're coming from.
I think if we do ever give a bad take, we balance it out with an amazing take.
Like 3 of them.
Yeah, so it's pretty balanced out.
And any bad take that we have comes from a place of sincerity and goodness.
Yeah. Yep.
Which therein makes it a good take.
Well,
You just are interpreting it wrong, I think, perhaps, if that's your opinion.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we have a lot of submissions to go through today, so we'll jump right into those without going 6 more minutes on our intro. All right. You want to start us off, Mary?
Sure. Next week. Today.
It starts with today.
Today, the Society of Notable Animals and Keen Enthusiasts, or SNAKE for short, has met to discuss possible changes to animal characteristics and stats. Last year, they made ferrets stretch more. However, they reverted that change this year due to the influx of complaints from cats saying they're too stretchy and it's unfair. Another change that has been the talk of the town was the decision on a universal ear design. Starting tomorrow, all animals will use human ears, so don't be alarmed when Little Mittens has flesh funnels instead of cat ears. And that is from Alan, also known as Alan.
The Society of Notable Animals and Keen Enthusiasts. That's a great acronym.
SNAKE. Oh, yeah.
I'm glad acronyms are back.
Oh, yeah. They fixed them finally.
If you've been watching the Next Week News episodes, glad we can do fun things like that again.
Yeah.
But yeah, ferrets were super stretchy. Do you remember that? I can't, like, they took it to a whole extra level.
Yeah.
And like sometimes cats end up being a bit stretchier than they were in the past. But for the most part, like ferrets' stretchiness has really kind of overshadowed what cats are able to do.
Yeah. Yeah. Whenever I would go and pick up a ferret, you know, and like kind of stretch it out, I'd be like, oh my goodness, this is stretchy. And there were a couple times where cats saw me and I could see in their eyes, they were like, that's not fair. It's way too stretchy.
Have you ever seen like a long rabbit? I think they were involved in that a little bit. Have you seen what a rabbit can do?
No, I haven't.
They're pretty long. Like a big bunny that looks like really like puffy
Mm-hmm.
is often just crunched up. And sighthounds,
Mm.
they were involved too. They weren't like they weren't stretched in a way that they could compact. They're just like long in general.
The dogs?
Yeah.
Hmm.
It would be fun if they could compact. I wonder what
Yeah.
that would look like.
Yeah. Because ferrets are already pretty stretchy.
They were,
So
yeah.
the fact that they could stretch even more.
Like they weren't
And they're pretty
necessarily
flimsy too, right?
stretchy to begin with, but they were just long.
Yeah.
Like they had a long base and then they made them stretchier from there.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, flimsy for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. And can we talk about this universal ear design?
I know. I was gonna comment on that. We chose human ears
I guess.
as the universal design.
Yeah. They're not even like does this mean like will it affect the cat's hearing or like the other animals' hearing?
I assume it probably will.
Yeah, because like it's a different. Now they got the flesh funnels. Are they even going to be covered in fur anymore? Like we got little hairs on there.
I think they'll take on the appearance of their owner. Like they will have identical ears to the person who owns the animal.
Mm.
But natural ones, I have no idea.
Yeah, think about like different kinds of animals with human ears, like a frog. Does a frog count?
A frog counts.
Okay, frog with big old human ears.
Frogs have ears. What about birds?
Oh my goodness. Are they going to be because I'm imagining like a tiny bird with a giant human ear, but are they going to be like proportionate?
It's like an exact
it'll probably
replica.
be a teeny tiny little ear.
Just flies buzzing around. It's just two big ears. They can still fly fine.
Oh my gosh. Oh, imagine a little fly with tiny little human ears.
You can tell it to go away and then it hears you and feels bad. Because it's fly.
Oh, yeah.
That's sad. I kind of would want us to have like cat ears though. I feel like those are so much more useful.
Yeah.
They can twist them around and
Hear a lot.
someone could easily recontextualize that just about me wanting cat ears.
We can get you cat ears if you want. Saw some at this.
I didn't think about that before I said it.
But I feel like dogs who have like floppy ears, like this will take away that aspect of their personality.
I know, like a lot of times the shape of the animal's head is determined very much by its ears.
Mm-hmm. That's how we kind of know, like, I don't know, like who they are, what kind of dog they are.
Mm-hmm. Like a different perkiness of ear or floppiness of ear really does give you an idea of what its personality is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, not anymore.
I wonder if their hearing is going to be impacted because the appearance for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't know how this is going to. We're going to have to wait and see how this impacts things. This is a big change.
Oh yeah, for sure. Talk of the town.
We'll jump to the next one here. The sport of basketball will officially be changing the term "and one" to "and then some." And that's from Dennis Taylor on Instagram. I like this change. You know why? Because if you're playing like pickup basketball or something, the and one is way too overused. Like there are people who will just like put up a shot and no matter what they'll just scream "and one," like no matter what. And it's turned into like one word. It's like too easy to say. It's like almost like 1.5 syllables.
Mm-hmm.
Like "and one."
Yeah.
Blends together too well.
Yeah.
There has to be more of an intentionality to it. And then some.
Yeah, because it'll take more time to say, and you have to put in some more effort, like, and then some. So it's less. So it's more special because they're saying it less.
Because like you don't get an "and one" on every shot. It's a pretty rare occurrence. And also like it's often yelled before you even see it go in. So a lot of the time it's 2 shots.
So that's
you have to make the shot for it to be an "and one."
It could be more than one. It could be some and then some.
I don't know if we're seeing a rule change, but I mean...
No. Like if you're saying they're saying "and one" before they even make it. So now they can say "and then some," and it still works because even if they miss, They're not just they're getting some. They have the possibility of getting 2 or 3.
I suppose. I see where you're coming from
Yeah,
here.
so now it makes it a bit more flexible, a bit more usable in those situations. If they're going to yell it out before it even goes in, it still works. Am I right?
Yeah.
I know I'm right. Yeah.
I'd like to see an announcer break this out, too.
And then some! I kind of like
James, at the buzzer, contact, bang! And then some!
I kind of love it.
It could work. Mike Breen, why not? Someone get in contact with Mike Breen. Although I don't want to... He's got an iconic call. Don't want to mess with it. But it's a possibility there. Actually, it's mostly my brother with the and ones. He whenever I'm playing one-on-one with him, like every shot's like pump fake, shoulder, and one. Okay. Calling out my brother Colin here. We used to battle in the driveway. That was interesting.
Had a lot of and then somes.
Had a lot of and then somes.
Do you think, but that can probably be changed into like the little, and one, like the little one, or like less, like, and then some.
I'm almost picturing like it has to be said in like an old timey accent. Hit the jumper and then some.
Yeah.
And it's now my mind's going back to there was a next week news bit about how you could simulate anyone's jumper from history.
Like,
Oh yeah,
that was cool.
you got George Washington's jumper and then some. What kind of accent did they have back then?
I mean, they came from Britain. Oh my God, did they used to have British accents? Where'd it go?
Didn't the British and American accents like switch at some point?
I don't know. I wasn't there.
I might be making that up.
I kind
I
of
don't
want to
know.
look into this. Look into it. I'm sure there's a lot of colonization stuff that kind of affects a lot
Probably.
of it.
If I remember right, there was some sort of thing about like there was an intentional change to avoid the association with Britain.
Oh, I could see that.
I think. I don't know.
They said, and then some. If that made sense. You'll get it. You get it. Moving on. After 20 years, Green Day has announced that they will be changing their top hit song to Wake Me Up When October Ends. The band has attributed the prolonged slumber to recent inflation, and fans are concerned about the members' REM sleep with the additional month of rest. And that is from at Bobo Zang 707.
You don't want to have too much sleep. That makes you tired again.
Very true.
Like it's something that feels like it should make you better, but then you wake up after 8 hours, you're feeling fresh, and you're like, let's get another in. Let's get another.
So so they're changing it to Wake Me Up When October, and so they're sleeping through September and October? A whole other month of rest?
Yeah.
Wow.
Because you go for that extra hour, and then you wake up all groggy. Because you went back into another deep cycle or a REM cycle or something.
Oh, yeah.
It's not about the length, it's about the quality.
Yeah. And like the timing. Yeah, so I mean, yeah, if the REM cycle could get a little messed up, it could work. It could not work. It's either going to be fabulous or it's going to be horrible.
I am concerned about this breaking up the circadian rhythm.
Yeah.
But it's on a yearly basis.
Like what? I'm going to sleep through Halloween?
Oh, yeah.
Unless it's celebrated after, kind of depending on the year. After October, you never know.
Halloween.
October, November. I mean, at least you're waking up in time for, we got like kind of all the holidays after that. And you got a few weeks to kind of wake up, fix the cycle before Thanksgiving and stuff.
Yeah, this kind of feels like, Thanksgiving meal happens at, well, I guess it depends, but like happens at like noon to 2 or so for most people. It's just like waking up at like 11 and then having to scramble to get ready for Halloween, for Thanksgiving, I think, as opposed to waking up at 8 and being ready.
I always wake up and then I will eat too soon to the meal, too soon before the meal, or too close to the meal, and then I'm like not hungry enough. But also, so it's been 20 years since they released their top hit song. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow. That's a long time.
That is a long time.
They've really been.
Is that the American Idiot album? I think.
Yeah, I think so.
Also, very sad song about his father dying.
Yeah.
Um,
Not that that's funny,
Yeah.
but there's changed it.
There's a lot of time in between then and when the song was written, and then a lot of
yeah.
time in between then and now.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think Billy Joe's listening to us, so we can
either.
we can manipulate his song if we'd like, I guess.
Yeah. Well, it's not us. They're the ones doing it.
Oh, true. Oh, yeah.
Recent inflation, you know? Gotta sleep more. Hopefully it works out for the best.
All right. The next one here is they're adding a bull's head and a bull's body to the classic game of darts. The game will be reimagined with the board taking the form of a bull. The bullseye, once in the middle, will be in the upper left section of the board, but of course it will still hold the most points. Professional dart players are divided regarding the change, and bull enthusiasts are outraged. Consequently, hunters are taking up darts now and are dominating the scene. And that one's from Epic Mac.
Wow. I'm surprised they haven't done this already, honestly.
So
This is genius.
This is a side profile of the bull, I assume, and it's facing.
Oh.
I think
I just
this
thought
is
it
what
maybe
sounds like.
only had one eye.
Well, there's a whole bull's body too.
Yeah.
I guess you get points based on the lethality of your throw.
Yeah, I was imagining just like a bull's head just straight on, and then the bull's body just, you know, kind of an oval or whatever bulls are shaped like if it was standing up.
Mm-hmm.
And then just one eye.
Yeah, because it's a side profile, so I only see one eye.
No, I was imagining straight on with just one eye.
Oh.
I mean, that makes sense, but I'm just saying that's what I was imagining. It doesn't say it's side. It could be either. Maybe its head is just turned a little to the side, but its body is straight on.
It's got like the professional picture pose.
I'm imagining what is the cheese brand, cream cheese with the bowl?
Cream cheese with the bowl.
Cheese brand bowl mascot.
The
The laughing cow. I'm imagining her body. It's like
a very happy cow that you're shooting darts at.
no, like if you could.
Oh.
Like I'm imagining like a bowl shape, like standing up like that, like very sexy curves. And like that's the
It's got earrings and stuff.
yeah, just the one on the side. Yeah, and like yeah, that's what I was imagining. Or I feel like also honestly the
It's
Red
got
Bull.
a standoffish pose.
Yeah, like the Red Bull logo. Is that one just the head?
I think that's like a charging bull. That's a less.
Oh yeah. So maybe
a less anthropomorphic bull.
Yeah, yeah, you're right.
What if it's like like the European darts is is the Red Bull
Oh yeah.
one, and then American darts is the laughing cow.
Honestly, it would be. That's exactly how it would go. Theirs would be like very like cool and yeah, maybe like kind of the side profile and like intense and then ours would be like, which I love hers. Don't get me wrong. But when you tell me bull's body, like yeah, I'm gonna imagine the laughing cow. I mean, is she bull? Yeah. I don't know. Are bulls male cows?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know her gender or sexual identity, so I'm just saying they're the laughing cow.
I think it works.
Yeah.
Throw some horns on it.
Mm-hmm. Or, as you said, it could be side profile. Yeah, I can see if I was a professional dart player, I would be a little... I would question it. I would hope that they maybe still... Like, are they still going to have the original circle? Or are they all moving kind of to the new one is my question, I guess.
I'm picturing it like as sections of a circular board.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like the shape of the cow, but the cow is within the circle shape.
Wait. So like you cut out like you like take like a cookie cutter and put it in there the shape of a bowl and so
Mm-hmm.
oh You're imagining this completely differently.
Oh, you're picturing like a whole statue type, like a
No. A statue? What do you mean?
like the laughing cow, and you're shooting darts at like a 3D model of the laughing cow.
No, it's not 3D. It's flat.
It's flat.
It's just in the shape. I'll have to draw it. I guess I wasn't imagining how like the little thingies would be laid out. I didn't get that far. But now this makes like the regular circle, the boring, the ones that kind of like vintage, maybe worth a little bit more. The old dartboards.
Classic darts is now what it's called.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And we've got new darts.
Yeah. Bull darts. But as a bull enthusiast, I can imagine like PETA is probably in an outrage right now.
I think there should be a part of the board where if you hit it, like milk shoots out, and if you spill the milk, you lose.
Yeah.
It's kind of like sinking the 8-ball in pool.
Oh yeah.
Can't spill the milk.
There's like in the middle
Wait,
of the
bulls
body.
don't have milk.
Yeah. You're thinking the laughing cow.
I'm thinking the laughing cow.
That would have been great though. Maybe there can be 2 different versions. Because that would be great, like to have like a little circle that's like the udders. And yeah.
Milk shoots out at you.
Yeah, you got to fill it up with milk.
You have to
every time.
You have to calibrate it so that it's shooting milk straight at where you'd be standing.
Yeah. Yeah. You get a bull's eye right in your eye. But yeah, because if and you got to make sure you replace the milk, because if no one's been hitting the udders for a while, the milk will curdle and it won't shoot out properly. So
it should be refrigerated and pasteurized. It should be an extremely expensive board.
Oh yeah.
That has like a tiny bit of a tiny section of it that perfectly incubates the milk.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, that'd be good.
Until it's hit with a dart. I think this could work.
Yeah. I think we should design it. I wonder if any of those exist.
If any of these exist?
Like bowl-shaped dart boards.
We should draw one on like a wheel of cheese.
Why?
Because it's circular. And
See,
carvable.
I'm imagining it in the shape of a bowl. Like a 2D shape of a bowl.
We can make a bowl out of cheese.
And then we'd have to carve the outside, the crust off.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We've reached a consensus. Cheese is the solution.
Well, we'll probably we're driving by some places this weekend that have like cows and bowls, so maybe we can stop and like pull over and kind of do like a drawing of them, like look at them.
We can get some inspiration.
Yeah.
Driving through the Midwestern U.S.
Mm-hmm.
If there's a place to get inspiration for this, that's where you want to be.
Oh yeah.
We're rolling with this one.
After an announcement by the gods, it is now clear that geese will be punished for their hubris. Geese have been overstaying their welcome on this planet for too long. They're acting like they own the place, and it's time we take proper action, says one of the gods in an interview. It is currently being discussed how exactly the geese will be punished, but experts say that geese will likely lose one of their identifying characteristics, such as their voice, their neck, or their wings. And that is from @TagiHaragi on Instagram.
Any of those 3 things taken away would be a major plus.
Yeah.
Voice, neck, wings.
Yeah. So either they can't fly, they can't squawk at you, or they can't look around.
Or they they lose what makes them themselves.
Yeah, pretty much, their neck. They would look so funny without a neck.
Each of those is a major loss for the geese in a hugely different way.
Yeah.
Like imagine a goose that has the voice and the wings, but it doesn't have the neck, and it's trying to charge at you, and you're just laughing at it. It's like, haha, look at you. Your head is tiny, and it's on your huge body.
Yeah. It'd be just like a big ball. You just kick.
Ball of anger.
Yeah. I don't condone kicking animals. I'm just saying, if it didn't have a neck, it would be safer to kick.
So let's make it very clear that we do not condone doing this.
Yeah, I don't support it. I've never done it.
However, it makes it much more puntable.
Yeah.
If that neck isn't there.
Yeah. And like their I feel like their wings is a lot they use those a lot to kind of intimidate you, or I've seen them intimidate, like try to do that to other geese. Like they go up to them and they're like, oh, like making themselves all big and stuff. So they can't do that anymore.
I don't like how the animal instinct of make yourself big in order to scare kind of works on us.
Yeah.
Like we know what a goose is.
Yeah.
Why does it doing that?
I think because it's like showing that it's mad. Like if I know, like, oh, it's mad, like either by its voice or by its wings or just its eyes looking at me, then it's like, I'm scared, it's mad, like it's gonna come for me.
In my mind, geese are mad by default. Or
Yeah.
right on the verge of being mad. If it's not visibly
Pretty
mad,
much.
it doesn't take much to get it there.
Yeah. I'm always like, I'm just like walking right by you. I'm taking a big loop, and then they're still like looking at me. I'm like, calm down. I'm just walking around.
It's like the one bird where no matter how accustomed to humans they seem, you just never know.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you're in like a park area and you're going by some geese, you're like, this could be the time
Yeah.
that they come after me.
I got chased away by one once. It didn't chase me per se, but it was because at my college there was like these two geese who lived at the library, and
That's cute.
yeah, they would like every year they would like put their nest up there, but then the I don't know exactly how geese work, but I think the mom would stay up at the nest with like the eggs or whatever that was on top of the library, and then the man
How tall is the
goose-
library?
there was like a level there,
Okay.
like above the door that wasn't too high, but yeah. And then the guy goose would guard the door basically to the library. Like there was like steps and then like the door, so at the bottom of the steps it would stand there and like squawk at anyone who tried to go in. And I was just like sitting out on the grass once studying or something, and it like I give it some space, you know, I'm not gonna go by it, but it came to me, and so I had to move. I just left. I was like, I'm done. I'm not on your turf.
Yeah, they really pick their place, and then there's not much you can do.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. They've been overstaying their welcome on this planet for too long. The gods said, no, it's time to put these geese in their place. Undo thousands of years of evolution for them, growing their necks, growing their wings and their voice. Said one of them's gotta go.
I do think, okay, it's okay for geese to want to have their space,
Mm-hmm.
but in that instance, they can't claim the entire source of knowledge within a university.
Yeah.
That's unfair.
Yeah.
They can't have all of it, but they think they can.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like if they would, like, you know, squirrels like generally like coexist, and they
Mhm.
aren't usually gonna be mean and be like, "Hey, don't walk by my tree," something like that. Like they're just gonna
Throw
run
nuts at
away.
you.
But geese are like, "No, you're in my spot. I'm coming after you."
So in this case, you'd want them to losing their voice would be great because it's a library. You got to be quiet.
Mm-hmm.
Their neck, still kind of the same. Losing their neck doesn't do a lot of changing other than just like it makes it funnier.
Mm-hmm.
But their wings, and they can't get on top of the library. So this
True.
would solve that issue.
I think though I'm afraid of them losing their voice, honestly, because their voice, I would say, bothers me the least, and it's how we know that they're mad, because if they lost their voice they would have to compensate somehow, and they would probably compensate with their wings or their little feet, and they would run at you or like swing their neck around. So like I kind of want them to keep their voice so they can like give out warnings without having to get too close. I feel like, I don't know, but wings allow them to like fly away and get away from me. So I don't know.
You're looking at it in the other direction of like, what makes it safest for me to know that they're coming?
Yeah. I feel like, yeah, either get rid of their wings or get rid of their neck for fun, or their feet. They can only
Bob in
fly.
place.
Yeah. Maybe they float. They can float and they can fly. That's it.
They have little outboard motors, and that's how they get around.
Mm-hmm.
Propellers on the back of them.
No, they can only float. They can't swim.
Oh.
They're just their bodies with no feet. It's just like a little ball that can float.
Well, then
They're buoyant.
I think there's some danger here of geese then straying into pitiable territory.
That's true.
We don't want to be able to pity the geese.
Yeah, then like, oh, we should give them feet. And then they just were right back where we started.
And then they have a recency bias of like geese being cute, dangerous.
I mean, baby geese are cute.
I wonder at what exact day within their development they go from like cute baby bird to evil animal.
Yeah. What exact day? I don't know. Maybe we should hatch some and find out.
Maybe it's when they lose that baby goose fur.
Yeah.
That's probably it. Adolescent geese, I mean, they're kind of neutral. They're a gray area.
Yeah. They're
Kind of in a literal
cute.
sense. They're gray.
Yeah. We're talking mostly Canada goose, at least in my mind.
Yeah, in my mind. That's what I'm thinking too.
Take it away.
All right. The next one here is much like Dark Link versus Link rivalry, there's a separate Dark Magnus Carlsen that will be facing off against the current world chess champion to the death. And that's from Chess Social. Do you know Magnus Carlsen?
No, are they the #1 world chess champion?
Yeah, I think so.
What is Dark Link and Link? Is that like Link like the character?
Yes. Although I don't know too much about the Dark Link versus Link rivalry, but I can imagine Dark Link, probably someone who's not going to like regular Link. What would a chess match... I assume this is a chess-related match to the death?
Is this the Los Angeles Chess Social?
I think so.
I was looking up their account. You know how into chess I am recently. We were just talking about this.
Can you give us the rundown again of all the chess stuff you've been consuming?
Yeah, basically, well, obviously I've seen, what was that one?
The Queen's Gambit?
Yeah, obviously that was a while ago, seeing the Queen's Gambit. That didn't really affect me much. But then reading, the Allie Hazelwood book, check versus mate. Yeah, so that was about chess. So learned all about chess there. And now reading Intermezzo by Sally Rooney. There's chess in there too. So big into chess. I want to learn. I was telling him about how I wanted to get really good at like one opening or two. So I can switch off and they won't know which one's coming. But I haven't yet.
One of these days I'm going to memorize all the pieces and be unbeatable.
I know the pieces.
My level of chess is if you don't know what you're doing, I can beat you.
Yeah.
If you have any sense of what you're doing, you will beat me. I feel like I'm the level between novice and intermediate. Like I'm the barrier.
You beat me, and I am so good at it. So
It took me a while. You could have beat me.
yeah, it did take a while. I would say the same, except for if it's like, like 5-year-olds don't really know anything that's going on and they still manage to beat me because, they're just knocking everything and taking everything. And then they're like, I win.
That's how you win.
Yeah.
That's how you win the game.
But back to the news story. So when they say that the Dark Magnus Carlsen will be facing off against the current, is that facing off in chess or like a fight?
I assume this is chess.
Okay.
And I'm also picturing there being some sort of separate dark strategy of chess.
Oh, yeah.
It's a whole different style of playing than standard chess. Because you've got chess the way humans play it. You've got chess the way computers play it. There's got to be a dark chess out there.
Probably.
I mean, there's
kind of like the dark web.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just like a very evil kind of way to play it.
I do think maybe there's a slight advantage for light Magnus Carlsen because I assume he would be using the white pieces.
Yeah, probably.
And I think that there's like a couple percentage or part of a percentage point advantage to going first. So I think we stand pretty good odds here.
Yeah. And I looked it up. Yeah, it is like, Link from Zelda.
This could be something to rally around.
Yeah.
We're all rooting for regular Magnus Carlsen.
Are you sure? I was just going to ask who we're voting for.
I don't know. I don't know the characteristics of Dark Magnus Carlsen, but he sounds like a no good doer.
I mean, is he gonna cheat? I don't know. I'm gonna have to look into this more.
I don't think there could be cheating involved.
Is his name really Magnus Carlsen? That's like an awesome name.
Yeah.
Magnus, doesn't that mean like best or something?
He was
Highest
made to
point?
be.
Yeah.
Is he still number one? I think so.
Look it up. I mean, they just submitted
I guess, yeah, this was submitted pretty recently.
Norwegian chess grandmaster. Oh, well, his full name is Sven Magnus Carlsen. 5-time world chess champion, the reigning. Yeah, he's 33. Wow, he's only 5'10". Sorry, I didn't mean to say that. I respect that. Let's look at his relationship history. Wow.
I think chess is, if you can get into it, it's one of the more entertaining, like, social media things to get into, because like a lot of times the people who are like really 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 good at chess are kind of like streamers too. Like they'll stream themselves playing like video game people.
Yeah.
And it's like it's one of those like you don't see like a professional athlete streaming what they're doing ever, but you can do that in chess.
Yeah.
And you get to know them. You get to know their personality.
Mm-hmm.
They make fun YouTube videos and such.
Yeah. I should start playing on my phone a little bit. Get really good. I looked up the Allie Hazelwood book, Check and Mate. I just had to verify. I was very close. Should have known. But it's about 2 chess players falling in love. I highly recommend.
Shout out to that book.
Shout out Ellie Hazelwood.
I've had a couple of times in my life when I tried to get good at chess, and I've always been just like rudely awakened to how difficult of a game it is to win.
Because like you gotta think so much. And it can take so long. It's like, no, like every time I have to go through all of these like possibilities. Yeah. Well,
and I feel like whenever I'm watching people who are good at chess play, it all seems so obvious. Like you can kind of pick out like this is the move they want to make, this is the move they want to make if you're watching like both of them. And then as soon as you're in the seat where it's time for you to make those decisions, it just all goes away. It's weird. It's a weird game.
Yeah, well, we'll have to place some bets on who's gonna win.
Should we do that on a Patreon half-hour chess game?
That'd be fun.
That would be fun.
We probably wouldn't be able to finish.
We'd have to. Like we'd each have like 15 minutes, and there's no.
See who's ahead at the end.
Well, if you run out of time, you lose.
Oh, we would play separately, or together.
Like we'd play each with a 15-minute timer. So you have 15 minutes total to make all of your moves. And if you run out of time, you run out of time.
But don't we have to switch off?
Yeah, and then the timer starts for the other person.
Okay, whatever.
That's how like the timer
yeah,
works.
I know, but like so if we run out of time,
you lose.
We both lose.
Well, one of us would still have time left on our board.
So like because whoever is the first one to run out of time?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So you have to be really quick about it then, so you can make more moves. Okay, whatever. We're moving on. Next week, some good news for the coming week. The next time you go to your local supermarket, they will have your favorite bakery item freshly made and at an affordable price too. That's from Anonymous.
I could watch you like perk up as you were reading that.
Yeah, I was like, "Oh, this is good news."
What would you be looking for?
My favorite bakery item, freshly made.
Should we guess each other's?
Well, I don't even know my own. It'll change. Depends what I want. My favorite bakery item.
I think you'd be looking for like a good banana bread.
I wouldn't mind that.
That didn't seem to spark high levels of joy.
I wouldn't say it's my favorite. Like, I don't usually go to a bakery and buy that. Like, I'll get it from Starbucks occasionally, but I mostly only eat it when it's, like, made.
What about a savory scone?
Not my favorite. You think I would go savory for my favorite bakery item?
Okay, I took it in a different direction. Wrong one.
Yours would be a chocolate croissant.
Obviously. Not much guessing to do there. Just load it up with chocolate. I'm good to go. Yours would be. It's difficult because it's not like I'm even guess. It's not like I'm guessing and like a definitive answer.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of have one in my mind, I think. I got two floating around.
Two floating around.
Yeah. One of them you probably wouldn't guess. One of them
It's
you
gonna be
might.
something weird.
I could make it.
It's gonna be something like, why is that your favorite? Oh, you could make it. Oh, okay.
No. I said I could make it weird.
Like a macaron.
Yeah, no, that's not it.
So it's gonna be something sweet because the savory was rejected
Yeah,
so
that was a horrible
adamantly.
idea. I mean, I do certain. The one savory scone I do like, but I wouldn't say it's my favorite even. Can I just give you hints?
Is it a butter croissant?
No, close.
Close. Chocolate croissant.
No.
What other? Is it a croissant of some sort? Well, now we're getting specific.
It's a common one.
A common one: strawberry, raspberry.
Ew, no.
What?
Those
Why is
are
that-
not common.
I don't know.
Pecan almond croissant.
Oh my goodness, that's more common than a
Yeah.
like a fruit croissant.
Yeah, they don't make those. I mean, maybe they do make those, but like, no. It's usually you got regular, you got chocolate, you got ham and cheese, and you
And
got
of
like
course you got pecan almond.
or like almond or pecan almond, whatever. Yeah, they do. They're delicious.
That is such like
it was that and a blueberry muffin.
I'd
That's
like you
good.
to I'd like you to locate 3 places around here.
I can. I was just at. I know
That all
one.
have
I was
pecan
at a
almond.
cafe yesterday. They had them,
Unbelievable.
and then the other one was a nicely made blueberry muffin. If it's good enough.
Strawberry. No, pecan almond.
Strawberry was a ridiculous guess.
Raspberry. I don't know.
No.
Like something that they can put like a jam in there and really like like you have the chocolate one, you could squeeze the fruit jam in there.
Well, the almond croissants usually do also have like a little filling. It's like usually like an almond kind of filling
Okay.
with the stuff on. You've had one.
I
I'm pretty
believe
sure.
you.
I've definitely gotten one. And you've had
I
some of
believe you, but I think the reactions to some fairly common flavors, maybe not of croissants in general. You're in too deep on croissants.
I mean, I used to work at a bakery, so like this is. I'm a little bit more familiar than this topic than he is. Just saying.
It's like me saying like strawberry frosted donut, and you'd be like, no.
Yeah, exactly. That would have been my
Obviously,
response.
it's the
A blueberry glazed donut.
the St. Patrick's Day vanilla green frosting with the shamrock sprinkles.
Obviously. Yeah. Well, looking forward to going and having that freshly made and at an affordable price, which I love.
Can't wait for my very easy to guess, straightforward chocolate croissant.
Well, you're predictable.
Easy to find, easy to eat, easy to guess.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we'll go to the next one here before we rile each other up too much. A new third option is getting added into the mix of salt and pepper, and it's being called spalminide. I like the
Who's
idea.
that from?
Oh, sorry. This one's from at EIEA _real. EIEAA _real on Instagram.
I was wondering. I was like, how? I didn't know how you were going to pronounce that. Yeah.
I gave it a fun tone.
What is this going to taste like? My first thought.
I think this is going to be a whole new type of flavor. You know how we have the 5 flavor profiles?
Yeah.
This is the 6th one.
Oh,
Spalminide.
really? You think it's going to be we're going to get a whole new area on the tongue to taste it?
Yeah, I think this is just yes. Of course, that's how we're going to do it.
Huh. That's a pretty much bigger upgrade than this is indicating.
Yep. Spalminide. It's a new type of rock, I'm thinking, because salt is the type of rock we can eat.
Yeah.
So not only are we getting a new spot on our tongue, we're getting like whole new elements and stuff to add here. There's a lot involved with this update.
New box on the periodic table.
Spalmin, but it's an I, so there's like a spal.
Oh yeah.
Spalmium maybe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because it means the charge.
Yeah, so we got some sort of chemical change happening to the base element here, which makes it delicious.
Yeah. I mean, I'm looking forward to adding this to like all my basic meals. You know, you add it to your eggs, maybe pasta, whatever else you add salt and pepper to. You know, your meats, maybe your chicken.
Probably a great seasoning edition.
Yeah. Yeah, just another one of your basic things that just kind of level stuff up a little bit.
I am also very much looking forward to adding another element to my consumption that ends in "ide."
Yes.
Gives it a very chemical feel. I need more of those in my life.
Yeah, honestly. Yeah, salt, pepper, those are so common. Like, are we gonna... I wonder, is spalminide, is that just what we're calling it? Or is that, like, the basis? And then maybe they'll think of a different way to kind of brand it. Like, we'll call it...
Spalt.
But, like, salt isn't that similar to, like, what is it? Sodium chloride?
Sodium chloride.
Like,
Sodium
it's salt,
chloride.
I mean... And then I don't know what pepper is.
Can you pass me the sodium chloride,
Well,
please?
pepper is like peppercorn. Okay,
Yeah.
so that one's kind of... Maybe spalnut. No, that is...
Grows on trees. I think spalminide has it's fun to say.
I do
That could stick.
Yeah. Add your salt, add your pepper, and your spalminide.
Maybe it is a few too many syllables.
Yeah. Spalmy.
Spalse.
Spalm it up. It'll be a verb.
Spalm.
Yeah. Spalm your chicken. They do say, like, salt your chicken.
You and I are on different sides of TikTok.
Salt your water. Add salt to your water. Spalm your chicken. Currently my salt shaker, I'm a little unhappy with it because it's one of, like, the...
Is it wrong to you?
Well, it's one of, like, the grinder ones of, like, the Himalayan pink salt, but it doesn't grind it up, so the salt flakes are giant.
I noticed that. They are huge.
Yeah, and so then things gets way too salty.
I like
it. Yeah, but it's way too salty. Because I usually put a good amount of salt on stuff, so, like, it's been way too much. So I honestly, I might, for now, if salt is not needed, depending on how good this spalming is.
Do you want to trade?
Yeah, I might use this spalmy instead of this salt. See how if I don't need the salt, that might be nice.
We can trade salt shakers.
Oh,
Mine
sure.
grinds it up finely. See, I like to go like donkey mode when I when I'm putting my salt on.
Yeah.
I want to be able to like hear a crunch.
Yeah, you can have ours.
Like you hear the crunch and you gotta put your tongue over to that side of the mouth to pick up on it. Mm-hmm. Delicious.
You know what I'm also excited about? So you know how for salt and pepper, they have their salt and pepper shakers out on the table, like either at restaurants or at home. They have like fun ones, like little funky. They have like maybe like a dog and a cat, or like two cats, or a little house and something. We can add a third fun little spalminide shaker.
Do you think it's going to be like a little mini one? Like you don't want to add too much of this to it?
Oh, maybe.
Like you can have a little, like you have two, the regular salt and pepper, usually about the same size.
Your salt and your pepper and then your baby spalminide.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. So like you could have like maybe a Dalmatian and then a firefighter and then a tiny little fire hydrant for the spalminide. There's just an idea.
Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
What other trios can we make? I mean, you can have two cats that are the salt and pepper shaker.
Mm-hmm. And then a little bowl of milk.
A little bowl of milk. That's or like a little milk carton.
A little fish, yeah.
A little fish, that works too. Yeah. There's a lot of
and
options.
it can look like the cats are fishing.
The good news is good things come in threes, so it's pretty easy to add an additional mini one.
Yeah. What else? I've come up with all of them so far. I've got to come up with one.
I'm trying to think if I've had any fun salt and pepper shakers in my life.
I always see them and I want to get them.
You go to more thrift stores. You go to more thrift stores than I do.
Yeah, I see them all the time. I'm like, do I get it? But there's always so many good ones I can never commit. And I'm also like, would I put the stuff in there? I guess I could. I'll get one next time. They do have, this is a little different, but they have like those little, there's like a whole set of a bunch of spices and like their little houses, and they're so cute. I've looked it up. Like the full set is like pretty pricey. It's like a few $100s, but they're so cute.
I'm someone who just tends to leave them in the container that they come in the store.
I mean, I usually do as well, but I like the idea of
I'd like to be a bit more whimsical though.
Yeah, I know. I like the idea of transferring them to a fun one.
Maybe that'll be my next project. Next time we go to a thrift store, I'll try my best to find some fun salt and pepper shakers.
Yeah.
Because I always see them, but I'm never like looking for them. They're never like something that I'm looking to purchase.
Yeah. Because you can still keep maybe the main one in like kitchens for cooking, but then have like the fun little ones wherever you eat usually. Then
I don't have a versatile enough space.
you could keep them in your living room.
It'd just be on my living room table.
Yeah, or just a different table. I don't know.
Gotta have more stuff around.
Mm-hmm.
And I gotta pick up a third one. Be ready for spalminide.
Yeah. Should we move on to the next one?
We shall.
Next week, so Mariah, sorry, I never know how to, I would just go, Next week, Mariah Carey, singer of the hit song All I Want for Christmas Is You, will be releasing a new song next week. The new song will be titled It's Here, ... and is a rendition of Christmas Time Is Here, sung in a minor key to imbue the Halloween spirit. Not sure what to make of this one, but I'm sure it will get stuck in our heads too. Oh, it also says that Mariah will visit the top 10 listeners of the song on Halloween. That's spooky. That is from at Stephen A. Wenzel on Instagram.
I'm looking forward to this new
Is
rendition
that
of it.
Christmas time is here?
I think so. That's gotta be
But
it.
it's just, it's here.
Do. It's here. It's like not even.
That is scary.
It's not even in like a note. It's just like spoken word.
Yeah. That's perfect. We need more Halloween songs, I feel like, and she's a perfect person to kind of do a holiday song.
There aren't that many classic ones.
Mm-hmm.
Because what do you have? You have the
This is Halloween. This is
You have
Monster
that.
Mash, as you
Monster
were about
Mash.
to say.
kind of scared me with that.
Exactly.
Are there any Halloween songs that aren't from like movies? Like horror movies?
I don't know.
Like, are there any like?
I'm sure there's some.
Because everyone's got a Christmas album.
I think Noah Kahn has a song called Halloween. Ooh, Phoebe Bridgers has a song Halloween. I don't know if they're like specifically they're not like spooky
It's
Halloween
like sad songs about the Halloween season.
Yeah.
I guess that is kind of what Christmas music is too.
Yeah. I mean, like Halloween isn't a time to really listen to music much.
And now we can stop with the annual joke about defrosting Mariah Carey after Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Because guess what? She was already here for Halloween.
Yeah, she defrosted early.
Or was she frozen? I guess she could be frozen throughout the year.
Over the summer, yeah.
Mhm.
And we defrost her in October. Wake her up when September ends. Not October. That would be too late.
It's a rendition of Christmas Time Is Here. I'm assuming that we take out the Christmas time part.
Yeah, because it's just titled It's Here.
It's here.
That's what he said. Do. It's here.
What are the verses of that? Can we get a quick look up?
I have no idea.
I do feel like there's like the it's kind of sung in the rendition that I'm thinking of. It's sung by like a children's choir.
Yeah. The Vince Guaraldi trio.
Yeah, the Vince Guaraldi
or
trio, which is
Chicago.
Yeah,
So it's
that's
Christmas.
the Charlie Brown
Oh yeah.
album.
Christmas time is here. Happiness and cheer. Fun for all that children call their favorite time of year. So do is here. So it's happiness and cheer. Spookiness.
Spookiness and fear.
Spookiness and fear. Fun for all that children call.
Frights. I guess you could just change the first word to frights.
Frights for all that children call their favorite time of year. Their favorite time of year. Snowflakes in the air. Carols everywhere. Snowflakes.
Candy.
Yeah.
Or should we go with
Candy
more
in the air.
fear themed stuff?
Yeah.
Ghosts in the air.
Yeah. Ghosts in the air. Carols everywhere.
Screaming everywhere.
Screaming everywhere. Olden times and ancient rhymes.
This is getting
that could work.
progressively
that
like
Olden times and ancient rhymes. That works.
it starts with pretty easy layup ones, and now we're getting harder and harder.
Of love and dreams to share. Of fear and screams to share. Or blood and screams to share. Yeah, we could keep going.
There's a lot more words than I thought there were to that song.
Yeah, there's like 3 verses.
I guess they don't really enunciate them,
bridge.
so they kind of just all
It's
mold
kind of
together.
the same stuff over and over. There's something here or in the air. Something's everywhere, and then something, and then something. So it's the same thing over and over.
We did it. We rewrote it.
Yeah.
Now all we need is Mariah Carey to sing it.
Is-
I'd like to hear Mariah Carey with I guess a stripped back, pulled back type of sound to her song.
Mm-hmm.
Because the Christmas song is very, very upbeat. I can't even picture what she'd sound like in like a downbeat minor key type of situation.
And she has other songs, right?
Not really. I know that she's a very well regarded singer, but I think all I know is All I Want for Christmas.
Well, maybe if you want to see what she would sound like, I bet if you go through some of her other songs, you would maybe find that out already. Or you can just wait, I guess, for It's Here.
I think I'm gonna wait.
Should we do one more, or
We'll do one more. Oh, we're at an hour.
as a treat?
We'll do one more.
Exactly.
All right. Next week they'll be coming out with Dictionary 2, also known as Dictionary 2 Nary. Number
There's a
2 is in there.
Yeah, 2 in the middle of the word.
It will feature words who just missed last dictionary, such as harumphable and slalohong. Slalohong. This will coincide with the release of the Thesaurus 3, also known as the Threesaurus, which will contain only words that sound like they could be dinosaur names. And that's from Larson42 on Instagram. Also with numbers in the username, like LAR5ON.
Wow.
LAR5 and 42. If we're going with the theme of how everything else is pronounced.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been really looking forward to this release of the Dictionary.
Are they going to be able to
Thesaurus
fill a whole
3.
book? Like, how many just misses were there?
Oh, yeah. Well, because I guess I imagine it would be all the regular words plus those ones, but maybe it will be just kind of the feature words.
Oh, okay. I think it could be kind of either.
Yeah, could be. But I think they'll probably be able to come up with a lot who just missed the last dictionary. We already got harumphable. Like, oh yeah, the movie, it was harumphable. Slalahong, how would you use that in a sentence?
I don't know. I was gonna have us guess what each of those would mean. I think you nailed harumphable.
Oh yeah, it's easy.
I didn't know what to say for it.
Like, I could harumph about
when you break it down, when you break down the etymology, it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Slalohong.
That one's a bit trickier.
It's like slalom and something else.
Uh-huh.
I don't know what the suffix of hong or ong
Yeah. Yeah.
would mean.
I don't know either. We might have to wait until the Dictionary comes out.
I'm thinking this might be an emotion of some sort, like a pensive type of emotion.
I disagree.
I'm thinking like a fall type of quietness, like an autumn quietness, maybe.
I like that. I think it's an instrument though.
You think it's an instrument?
Yeah.
An instrument that didn't quite make the cut. So the instrument doesn't exist, and therefore, but it almost did, and therefore the word doesn't exist.
They invented the instrument after the Dictionary 1 already came out. And
Yeah, they couldn't fit it in there anywhere.
Yeah. And I think you play the instrument by, like, it looks like you're slalom skiing, but you're, like, in place, and that's how you get it's kind of like bells and stuff. That's how
It's
you
got
get it to
two
go.
bows that you're strumming back and forth.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's how you play it. By
But there's
slalom.
bells somehow.
Mm-hmm.
You're hitting bells with like violin bows.
It's all, like a piano. You click the stuff, and then stuff's going on inside. That's kind of how it works.
It's a contraption.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Contraption instrument. I like a good contraption instrument.
Mm-hmm. And then the Threesaurus. We've been waiting for that one.
Oh yeah. Words that could sound like dinosaur names.
Mm-hmm. Like Tyrannosaurus.
Like that's one of them, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Rex.
What else could we add? Off the top of my head, it's going to be difficult to think of random words that sound like dinosaurs. Let's look around and see what we can pick out.
Matador.
Matador.
I
That
could see
sounds like something.
Yeah.
That could be a dinosaur.
Uh-huh. Dumbledore.
Everything that ends in or.
Well, yeah, because I saw the dumbbell on the ground, and I was like, Dumbledore, and I was like, Dumbledore.
Thermos.
Thermostat.
Thermostat?
And thermostat. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah, my thermos is here, isn't it?
It is. I can see it. You can't.
Pitcher, maybe.
Maybe.
Coffeeosaurus.
iPhone dactyl.
Yeah, yeah.
That could be one.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh,
For sure. Ambidextrous.
Ambidextrous. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know what?
Ted.
Let's make this a fun comment game. If you've listened this far, come up with some words that you think could be like dinosaurs. Because it'll definitely be easier when the camera's not on you and you're in the comment section of our thing. You can think that we're dumb for not coming up with the ones that you're coming up with.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's what we'll leave you with.
I think a good one could be Ted.
Ted.
I could name it.
You could name a dinosaur.
Just
that.
name him Ted. But yeah, that's where we'll leave you.
That's where we'll leave you.
As you said.
Thanks for making it this far. We'll be on Patreon for an extra half hour. Wow. With our theme of recreational sports as adults, and also Mary airing out her fantasy football qualms.
So fun.
But we'll see you next week on the Next Week podcast. Next week on Next Week podcast. We have no idea.
Is here.
Because you have to send us things. And that's what makes the episode.
Here.
Perfect ending song.
Is here.